Have you been wanting to install a dash cam but don't want to spend hundreds of dollars? Are you afraid you're just gonna buy a piece of junk? Well, on today's video, I'm doing the legwork for you, and I'll be doing a review of the Pelsee P1 Duo 4K dash cam, which only cost me 60 bucks, and the results might surprise you. Let's get started. So I'm going on a road trip from New Jersey all the way to Puebla, Mexico. That's in the central part of Mexico, about 2 to 3 hours south of Mexico City. It became an absolute necessity for me to buy a dash cam to protect myself on this trip. Many people will get scammed with on-purpose accidents, and I want to have evidence if that were to happen. This Pelsee cam brings a 4K front camera, a 1080p rear camera. It brings everything included for you to mount it, hardwire it to your cigarette lighter, a small pry tool to hide the cables in your car, and it even brings a 64 gig memory card. I ended up purchasing a 512 gig card so it could hold a ton more footage. I absolutely dread having to route cables on a car. I have bad memories trying to do this for speaker cables back in the day on my 1994 Honda Accord. To my surprise, it was fairly easy to route everything for this camera. With the help of my wife and her thin, small hands, we knocked it out in about 1 hour. We started by cleaning the front glass, placing a clear static sticker on the windshield. We then placed the camera on top of the sticker. This front camera brings the cable for the cigarette lighter and another one to hook up for the rear camera. We then carefully hid the cables on the edges of the car and hooked up the cigarette lighter cable. Then we moved on to snaking the rear camera cable all the way to the back. We left a few inches of slack so when the rear door is open, the cable has some wiggle room. We were happily surprised when everything worked on the first try. You finish the clean install of the cables with adhesive cable clips, and if you take your time, it's gonna look like a pro installed everything. To start using this camera, it was super simple. We adjusted the angle by viewing the little built-in screen and adjusting as needed. It tells you to press the button once to format the SD card. Now, how easy is that? And it's gonna tell you with a voice when it starts recording. With this button, you can also see the date, the Wi-Fi information, and if you hold the button for 3 seconds, you can power your camera off. Now, don't press the button for 8 seconds because then it's gonna reset the camera to factory settings. You can also use the voice commands like turning audio on or off, locking the video, and taking a photo. To download the footage, you can connect to the built-in Wi-Fi of the camera, and along with the Pelsee phone application, you can then download the files directly to your phone. If you want to download everything in one shot, you can also export everything by removing the SD card, which is on the right side of the camera, and then you load it to your computer and copy the files. Now let's get to the good part. Is the video footage actually any good? Surprisingly, the footage is pretty clear and can definitely be used to help you in whatever situation you are in, to help protect you from any possible lawsuits or litigation. When driving in the day, in the night, the sun, fog, rain, your camera is gonna pretty much see whatever you see. What I mean by that is if your outside windshield is dirty, so will your footage. So keep it nice and clean so you get nice clean footage. You can read other license plates, but I would say the cars in front of you need to be at least about 10 to 12 feet away. The front camera will save the files in the full 4K resolution, and while it's not as sharp as your phone's footage, it's still very good. The rear camera brings a low resolution sensor at 1080p, but still very good quality. In order to read the license plates, I would say the car needs to be pretty close at about 5 to 7 feet away to be clearly visible. Now, enjoy some of the footage that I've taken so far. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you like it? Overall, I am happy with this very affordable purchase. There is a huge amount of value you get for this purchase. I ended up buying a bigger 512 gig SD card, which I'll leave a link for in the description. There's also a newer version of the camera if you want to pay a little more, but both versions have very good reviews. I hope I was able to provide you with some positive value, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Ultratech out.